Hi, guys, and welcome back to Level Up with Lou, with your girl Leonie. And this is the podcast where we help you live your best life, pursue your dreams, and love yourself. Guys, it is episode 50. Woo! I have got some amazing guests in the building. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for listening and for supporting 50 episodes because I didn't think I'd get to 50. I didn't think I'd get to 10 episodes. So I'm just so grateful to you guys for listening, supporting, sharing, liking, all the things you've done to support the journey. Thank you guys so much. So on today's episode, I have got some amazing friends here to help me celebrate the podcast and turning 50 and all. So I have got my amazing friends Anthony, Angel, and Morenike. So would you guys like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Angel. Met Lou in my third year of uni. Definitely made it fun. We lived together actually. So I made some amazing memories there. And I work in healthcare and have been friends with her since. That sounds weird to say, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's me.
So, hi guys, my name is Anthony. How did I meet Lou? I met Lou through, first of all, listening to our podcast, and then I created my own, and then we started to interact with each other from there. Outside of the podcast world, I'm also working in healthcare. I'm training to become a clinical scientist. So, yeah, that's a bit about me.
Hey guys, my name's Morenike. I've known Lou since the first year of uni. We met at church, been on multiple girls' trips. Great friends. And I've currently just finished my 5th year of medical school. So yeah, looking forward to start working.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming on this episode. Guys, this is our is it third attempt now? So what you get today is what you get because we've actually tried for you. But before we get started, I have a quick game. It's a podcast trivia. And the reason why I actually wanted to do this podcast trivia is to get to know the people that actually listen. So if they're actually paying attention to the things I say or the episodes, and to actually see how much my friends know about my podcast, because I feel like they are, if anything, they are people that listen to it the most. So they should know about the podcast the most. So I have a few questions, and what we're going to do is literally, I'm going to ask the question. And there's no gift, guys, but I'm going to ask the question and whoever knows the answer first should just shout it out, basically. And we'll go from there. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, ready. Ready to win?
Ready? So the first question is, when was the first episode of Level Up with Lu released?
Oh, sugar. Do we have to say like a year or a year and a month?
Okay, if you can give a year or month, that'd be great. If you can give, yeah, let's go with that.
I want to say 2018.
I gave 2019.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 2019 as well.
Oh, okay.
Which month are we going for?
Month.
I'll throw a random one out there because I'm not sure. So I'll say Jan.
I'll go November 2018.
Okay, so Anthony is going with January 2019.
Yep.
Angel, what's your final answer?
I want to change it now. Yeah, I'll stick to November 2018. I'm probably wrong.
Angel's going with November 2018. How about you, Mo?
I'm not sure. I'm just going to guess for September.
Actually, no, wait. Let me change it because now I'm starting to do the maths. So it's definitely not 2019.
Is it not?
Because that's when I started. No, yeah, because I was listening to yours before I started. So I'll go for just Jan 2018. I'll just say that. Yeah.
Jan 2018.
Yeah, it can't be 2019.
Are you sure?
Wait a minute.
I feel like this is a trap.
Yeah,
Stick
yeah.
to your answer. Stick to your answer.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Scrap that. Let me stick with the original one.
So the answer is January 2019. To be precise, it's actually the 7th of January 2019. So you're right. Hey,
Yeah, all right,
well
Right.
done. Well done. I don't know how you knew
Yeah.
that, but well done. Well done. How did you guess
Well,
that?
I've done the maths because I remember maybe a couple months after I started, you done your year, and I started in 2019, so 2020. Sorry. So yeah, just quick maths.
That's good. Okay. Are you guys ready for question 2?
Okay.
So, in the original podcast intro music, there
Ooh.
is a bit of a song. It's a very popular song. What
Oh, I know this. I
is
know
the
this.
song called, and who is the artist?
So Level Up by Sierra.
Or Sierra, yeah.
Oh, snap! They got it.
Anthony, what are you gonna go with?
Well, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say Beyonce. So I know that isn't it. But yeah, all I just
Wait,
remember is that level up, level up, level up.
what were you gonna call it?
Yeah. I was gonna say Beyonce, but I know it wasn't her. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to sit out this round.
Okay, so the answer is "Level Up" by Sierra.
Woo.
Woo, woo. You guys got it right. So what I'm going to do now, because I can see all of you guys and you're bouncing off each other's ideas, I'm going to get you to raise your hand up, and the person who raises their hand up first is going to get the answer.
Cool.
There will be no
Are you
cheating.
talking? Are you talking visually, or you want us to?
I want you
Yeah.
guys to raise your hand up with the button so that like
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I know definitely who said it first. So the next question is, what is the podcast mission?
Oh, I'll go for it.
Okay. Anthony, what are you going with?
Okay, cool. Does it have to be in the right order?
So you just put your hand first, so you didn't even know the answer.
No, I've got it. It's um, love yourself. That's one of them.
Are you sure?
I think it is. Don't try to trick me.
No, I actually love this game. I love it. I'm so happy.
Okay, love yourself is in there. Level up. That's what you finish with. It's the middle part. Yeah, I might have to spin the block on that, but those are my points for now.
Anyone else? So I saw Angel raise her hand up next.
Yeah. I'm gonna say love yourself, strive for progress, and level up.
Morenike, do you want to go?
Yeah, so it's love yourself, strive for progress and not perfection, and level up. I think.
Yeah, that sounds it.
And everyone got it wrong. You got one thing right, but it's something that
Was it the love yourself
you
part?
got the love yourself part right. But I did actually say in this episode as well, I said this is a podcast where we help you live your best life, pursue your dreams, and love yourself. That is the mission.
But you do say that phrase as well, though, like in your intro. You say this phrase.
I do, but that's not the mission. That's not the mission. But
Okay.
yeah, you guys.
Trick question. Okay. We see what you're doing now.
You see. Okay. So the next question is, in the podcast intro, the new one, what is the first phrase I say? Angel?
Oh no, I think that was from before.
Oh, okay. I love how you guys are thinking so hard about this. Yes, Mo?
Is it, hey guys? Is it that?
What?
Like,
No.
you say hey.
No, in the intro. You know, like,
Oh, the intro.
okay, I'm gonna sing this. I'll try and I can't sing, guys, but you know that.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I have it. I think I have it.
Okay,
Is it
Angel.
I'm a Winner or something like that? No? You said singing. So that's
I'm a winner. Where are you guys
the
getting all
intro
this
for the
from?
song. The song or the intro?
No,
that
what
you
do I
have?
say? What's the first phrase I say?
Oh,
Okay, let me help you guys.
I feel like in my mind, you literally go straight from music to "Hey guys." I don't know. I must have just blocked out the other bit.
Okay, I'll help.
Give us some clues.
hey guys, welcome to another episode of Level Up with Lu.
No, this is the intro song. This is guys. So I have listen. I have a few affirmations that I always say in every episode. It's the same pre-recorded affirmations. You hear it in the intro all the time. And you guys,
is that what we've just done?
I'll give you a clue. Huh?
Is that what we've just done? Is
love yourself.
The mission statement?
Yeah.
So, you know, like, and I said, when you guys suggested a few things like strive for progress, not for perfection, know your worth, then not tax, all those things. That's what I'm talking about, that initial bit.
Okay.
What is the first in all those things that I always say in the beginning of the...
Is it love yourself?
Or know yourself.
It's love yourself. Well done, Way.
Okay.
Oh,
I was like, you guys are like racking your brains. I was like, are they going to get it?
Are they we're not coming off well here, you know.
Yeah, we do listen to the podcast, guys.
Okay, you guys ready for the next one? Are you? Do you want a bit of a break?
That's fine. Go.
Let's go.
One.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. I'm not even keeping track of who's doing well. You know, I hope someone's keeping track because I ain't. But so the first question, who got that right? So I can remember.
Anthony.
It was Anthony.
Yeah,
was the date, yeah.
The second one, nobody got that right.
No, me and Morenike got it right. It was the song, wasn't it?
The third
that was
one.
the third question, I think.
Oh yeah, no, that was the song. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
And then the mission one, no one got that right. The phrase one.
I feel like I should get that point.
I'll give it to you because.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Okay, are you guys ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the name of the most recent podcast guest?
It's a male. Luke.
Yeah, I know Luke. I don't know what the last name is.
I'm gonna go Jack. Just to be a bit.
I know his IG handle as well. If that helps.
He knows IG handle, but you don't know his name.
Yeah, that imperfect pod. So.
Wow, Angel, you have a good memory. How do you remember his IG handle? Okay. Angel, what's your final answer?
Luke, yeah, Luke. And then the IG handle that at the perfect pod.
Okay. What about you, Mo?
Luke.
How about you, Anthony?
I think I'm gonna go for Luke.
Such a copycat.
they seem so strong on their answers. So I just thought, let me just join them for this one.
Can you imagine?
Get a cheeky point underneath my belt.
Okay. And the answer is Luke West. So well done to all of you guys. Woo. I don't know if actually you deserve that point because of what you did. So before we carried on with the trivia, I wanted to ask you guys a question because I feel like this is something that's like really burning inside me that I want to just ask. And the question is, for the people that knew me before the podcast, what did you guys think when I told you I was going to start a podcast?
I think I was excited for you because you've been saying you wanted to do it for a while. And you love discussions. Like whenever like there was a small group or anything or like a group of people, like you'd always be the one to like start discussions and stuff. So like it seemed like something you would be good at. And I wasn't really surprised you came up with the idea.
Yeah, I kind of expected it as well because whenever we talk, say, "Oh, I listen to podcasts to go to sleep," like that was your thing. And then whenever there was discussions at home, honestly, because I grew up in a home where I don't like confrontation. Not that there was confrontation in the house, but when the girls would get together and have discussions, I'd always be like, I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, I expected it for you. Like you always had like your points, and you always like laid them out properly with like literally. We had this thing in GCSE English called point evidence explanation, like the P paragraphs. That was you. You say your point, you explain. That's you. So it didn't surprise. It didn't
Hey.
surprise me. And you won't back down just because someone's not invalidating, but if you believe something and you believe your point, you will listen to the other person and be like, but what about this, like, yeah. So I expected
Oh
it.
my gosh, that is actually so me. Um, I'm gonna ask you, Anthony, because obviously you didn't know me before I
Mm-hmm.
started podcasting. But from listening to the first podcast that you listened to of mine, what was your impression of me?
I think my impression, what attracted me to listen to the podcast was similar podcasts was just males, so just guys talking about, personal development, something that I was interested in. So I thought, okay, you took personal development quite seriously, so seriously, or you took it that was such a passion of yours that you created a whole brand. And what you were saying, the things that were relevant, I quickly picked up that we were from similar backgrounds. So the things that you were speaking about, I could relate to, and some of the conversations that you had with early on with like your friends and stuff like that, they were funny, and then I could like relate to it and stuff like that. And people just kind of you just being open. So I think the two main things is one, you had a passion for personal development, and two, you were willing to be vulnerable about your experiences in life as well, which was kind of cool to hear.
I love that. Thank you so much. Because I'll say for me, like one of the hardest things has been really being open about the things I'm going through and really talking about the journey to growing and becoming. Because I feel like sometimes there's this notion that like if you haven't made it or if you're not quite where you want to be, you really shouldn't be talking about it and you shouldn't be talking about your journey. You should kind of talk when you get there. And I just always thought, actually, not enough people document the journey to becoming, and not enough people share their tips and tricks and things they've learned along the way and mistakes they've made. So why not share that with other people who maybe from a similar background like myself, who may not actually see people doing that already? So that's really why I started the podcast. And I'm someone that, like I said, I know you guys already said, I'm really passionate about personal development and growth and talking about the journey. And I love to talk. Anyone that knows me knows I can talk for, you know, my life. I love to talk. And I just thought all this talking I'm doing, can I like, at least I never wanted to just sit here and be talking for 1 hour about nonsense. But I wanted to talk about things that would inspire and encourage and motivate other people. Um, and I wouldn't say the journey's been the easiest. I would definitely say it's been quite difficult because if you guys don't realize, I'm actually doing this on my own. Like I'm a solo podcaster. And on top of that, like I produce the content, I think about the content. I also make all my online content and stuff apart from my YouTube. Um, and that is a lot of work, and I have a full-time job as well, so it's like trying to juggle a social life, a full-time job, podcasting work, trying to find guests for the podcast, you know, and still
It's
maintain
not
my
easy.
relationship with God. It's not easy, but one thing
Jeez.
one thing I'll say is that it's been
Give
worth
yourself a pat on the back.
it. If you guys can't see, I'm patting myself on the back.
Well
Thank you,
done.
everyone.
Yeah,
um
now we can see you.
they're
Well done.
clapping.
Well done.
But one thing I would say definitely that's kept me going is my love for what I do, because I feel like if you don't love it, you're not going to be able to carry on. And even like the days after I've said, or like, I don't want to do this, or the days that like, I haven't been as motivated to record, what's kept me coming back to it and kept me always talking about it is the fact that it's something that I think is so important and something that I love to do. Um, so yeah, one thing I would definitely say to people who want to do something that they feel like, oh, there's like I'm not doing it with anyone, I don't have any support, is to just do it, just start doing it, even if it's not as big as you want it to be. Just starting, and you never know where it can get you, and the amazing people you can meet. Like I've even made friends just from podcasting, and I think that's just such an amazing thing.
Mm.
Obviously, this is a personal growth podcast. So I wanted you guys to talk a bit about your journey with personal growth this year, because I feel like we all went through the nightmare of 2020 with the pandemic, and I feel like this year for a lot of people, it's been a year of healing, a year of growth, a year of understanding who we are and who we want to be, and really growing and evolving to our best selves. So, what would you guys say has been your biggest struggle so far this year? And how are you learning to overcome it? Or how do you think you will overcome it?
I think personally for me it's been balancing the need to like look after myself and like take breaks and like deal with the fact that we are in a pandemic and be kind, but also the fact that the requirements are still the same with me. Like I do still need to do work. I do still need to like all the things that are required of I basically still need to perform, but also like trying to be kind at the same time without letting it affect the way I perform in other areas. I think that's been the hardest thing.
I think for me, it's just like work-life balance because in healthcare, like everything's just COVID, COVID, COVID. Everything you hear is COVID, COVID. And then you go home because you work in a hospital, everyone's asking you COVID, COVID, COVID. You put on your CV, it's COVID, COVID. I'm like, I can't do COVID anymore. But when I go home, literally, I'll just switch off my phone and watch a movie. Like, I don't want to hear COVID anymore. But it's like trying to find that fine balance to switch off and leave things at work, or oh, I forgot to do this at work, or I forgot to do that, oh, I couldn't. So yeah, it's finding the balance between that and just saying, okay, I'm at home, I'm switching off. Anyone who talks to me about COVID, you're getting a punch in the face because that's it. I can't do this, I can't come and kill myself. I have to switch off sometime.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's just that's been the struggle for me.
Like what both of you said quite resonated with me. I think for me, the main thing has been trying to give myself, the grace to work out what it actually looks like for me to still be growing through a pandemic. So understanding that a lot of my definitions of, okay, this is me actually working hard, this is me excelling, it, it's been forced. The pandemic has forced me to change these things, how they look, how they actually reflect in my life or my relationships. They've changed because of the pandemic. So a lot of that is trying to learn new definitions of what it is to be myself, be my true self, be it time management, knowing that things can change and trying to adjust to my situation, my timetable, extending that grace to my friends, knowing that, some people have lost jobs, some people are, have lost jobs and they have more responsibilities at home and maybe they have less social time or things like that. So for me, generally, it's just been trying to extend grace to myself and other people, and just giving myself time to work out, you know, what it is to actually grow still in a pandemic. Within that is rest, knowing that I need it. It's not a bonus. It's not something that I can do after I do all the work I do. Is actually something that I need in between.
Hmm.
So that's been a major thing for me, really.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Um, I definitely think my biggest struggle so far this year has been the feeling the need to catch up with life. So like last year we all know that like a lot of us were going through like a very difficult time, and there's certain things that I wanted to accomplish in 2020 that I didn't accomplish. So like this year I've been feeling like I need to, work really hard. I need to earn loads of money. I need to do this, I need to do that. And I haven't really given grace to myself for going through the certain things that I went through last year and coming out of it stronger as I am. And one of the things I really wanted to work on and really focus on this year was healing. So like healing my mental health, healing my physical health, healing my spiritual health, healing in every aspect, because I feel like there's just been so much negativity, and there's just been so like even like all the like shootings, to the Black Lives Matter, to the the injustice towards women that has happened. A lot has happened, I'll say, in the past 12 months or even longer. And on top of that, we're dealing with a pandemic that, like, sometimes you just feel like you just need to just shut off and, focus on yourself and, really relax and clear your mind. And that's really the space I've been in recently. And sometimes I feel like this podcast is like therapy for me because I come on here and I talk about how I feel, and I share my thoughts with other people. And I do talk a lot and I do share a lot of tips. So I wanted to ask you guys, what are some tips that you've heard on the podcast that you would say you've really liked or you've really resonated with, or some thoughts and ideas?
The episode that you had with Hazel and Porter, I can't remember what the title was. So basically, I think one tip that she said was try to be kinder to yourself, and by visualizing, let's say, your 5-year-old self, and would you say the things that you say to yourself now to that 5-year-old? Like, would you say the harsh things like, "Oh, you're stupid. No, you can't do this. You can't." You wouldn't say that to yourself as a 5-year-old. So why not take the same? Why not take that and be kinder to yourself and say nice things to yourself? Instead of saying harsh things to yourself, and that way you can encourage yourself and push yourself to do all these things that you want to do. I think that's something that I take on, especially being like the eldest sibling in like an African household. You're kind of made to be the one to set the tone in the family, and you must achieve without failure because you have all your younger siblings looking at you, and you can't mess up. I know when I mess up, I'll be honest, when I mess up, I'm so hard on myself. I'm like, I can't believe you did that. You should have done this. You should have known this. But I try to take that in my everyday life now and think, I wouldn't say that to my 5-year-old self. I would say, when you fall down, you get back up again and you carry on. You learn from your mistakes. So that's one top tip that I took from listening to the podcast.
I love that.
For me, I think one of the ones that touched me the most is when you were speaking about your experiences with like your like mental health and having to kind of seek professional help. And on one side, it took me back because not a lot of people, especially within our community, are even vocal about that one mental health issues exist and whether they have them or not, or they're going through things.
Yeah.
So it was quite powerful to actually kind of listen to somebody else and be like, oh wow, they're actually going through this. And to me, it's always important and it's quite powerful for me to see that, because when I interact on social media, I don't see that. When I interact on social media, I just see, people's highlights, their best days, when, whether it's, women on one hand, they're looking fleeky, the edges are edging, or if it's the man them, they're all dripped out and, they're looking cold, they're looking icy. Everybody's in the comments, oh, teach me, bro, teach me, bro. But nobody wants to be, teach somebody about their mental health issues or what they're going through, or, their dark days and things like that. So when I am in the podcast space and that episode specifically, it took me back and I was like, wow, there's power in sharing, where you're at, not always talking about, okay, where you want to be in from an aspirational point of view, because there's always people looking to you or listening to you the same way that I, for example, was listening in that episode. So yeah, that was a quite powerful one for me.
Thank you, Anthony.
I think for me, it was the same. It was the episode that Angel mentioned, the one with Hazel. And I think she was talking about how like you don't have to be happy all the time. And I think for me, I struggled with my faith, and meaning that like if I'm really upset about the situation, does it mean I'm not having faith in God about it? And I think knowing that okay, actually, I can process these emotions, I can acknowledge that I'm not feeling happy all the time, but also still have faith at the same time. I think that was just a refreshing thing to hear about.
That's so true. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mo. This is a different question to the one I just asked, but it is quite similar. I actually wanted to know, in all the 49 episodes, which episode that you've listened to would you say is your favorite, and why was it your favorite?
I think for me, I'll stick with the Hazel one because that's what the one that I took the most from. That really like all of them have something that has resonated with me. But I think the Hazel one resonated with me the most because, like I said, like being the elder sibling, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me. Like, you must succeed, you must do this. And I had to realize that, you know what, you can't be so unkind to yourself and expect to achieve all these things because your headspace is not in a positive headspace. Your headspace is in a negative, you can't do this, you can't do that, you should do better, if I'm kinder to myself, I'll be in a positive headspace to achieve what I want to achieve. So I think that was the one that resonated with me the most. Yeah.
For me, I think ones that have been quite interesting to kind of learn from, that I've maybe taken mental notes from, is the episodes you've gone into kind of, you've broken down like relationships, either by
Oh,
yourself or with your friends.
that is my avenue.
Yeah, and I know you like that a lot, and we've spoken about that as well. So when you have, be it you're talking about, okay, your own experiences or just the topic, it's interesting for me as a guy to listen to what like women are actually thinking, their experiences. I only have I don't have any brothers. I have three sisters, one older, two younger. So it's like, okay, me kind of understanding other women's experiences can help me help them, or kind of support them to the best of my ability when they're going through their own journey through relationships and things like that. So yeah, it's always one that I'm willing to kind of listen to because it's insight that I wouldn't get if I kind of didn't engage. So yeah.
That's great. What about you, man?
I think for me, I really liked your hustle culture episode. I think for me, because of the like field I'm in, it is quite competitive, and like like everyone's just trying to like top each other, and shit. It can be quite toxic at times. So I just really liked the hustle culture episode where it just talks about it's okay to just focus on like doing a bit more each day, and like just looking at progress rather than trying to always be perfect and comparing your life to others and how toxic that can be. So yeah, I found that really valuable.
That's so true. I don't think I'm allowed to have a favorite because I feel like a parent now who's trying to pick out of their kids which one's the most or the favorite of all them. But I'll say the ones I've enjoyed definitely, like I said earlier, I love talking about relationships. So I'll definitely enjoy talking about relationships. And then I also love talking about self-love as well because I feel like it's something that a lot of people struggle with. And I feel like that is the foundation for a lot of things that we go through currently in life. So I feel like if you have your self-love in check, then you know how to respect yourself so you wouldn't entertain rubbish. You want what's best for you. You want to grow, you want to invest in yourself. It's like so much that you do for yourself because you love yourself. So that's why I talk so much about loving yourself and knowing your worth and not letting people disrespect or waste your time or your resources or not appreciate you for who you are, because I feel like once you have an understanding that you in yourself you are valuable, then you can actually contribute to the world and make a difference and make an impact, as I always say. So let's go back to the podcast trivia because I'm not quite done with you guys. I still have a few questions I want to ask you and see how you guys are doing. So currently having a look at the results, it looks like it's looking like Mo and Angel. No, actually, it's looking like Mo is in the lead. Wow. Mo is in the lead, but you guys have a few more questions to redeem yourselves. So my next podcast trivia question is, what did the first artwork look like? So you can raise your hands like before, and then whoever raises their hands first.
Wasn't it like a blurred out picture of Nicki Minaj with these like triangular hoop earrings? Yeah.
Morenike?
It's like a purple background with like block text. and then you had like pixelated Nicki Minaj doing like the anaconda twerking down pose. She was doing something on the floor with her hoops.
Yeah.
What do you think, Anthony?
I was just gonna say, I just remembered it being pixelated. I don't know what woman it was, but there was some type of woman, but I couldn't see her too tough. It was kind of like this kind of game kind of text. That's what I remember really, with a kind of that woman in the middle.
And everyone got it right. So it is purple with the Nicki Minaj hoop earrings and is it ponytail? What is this called? What is this hairstyle?
Like the China
China bun. Space buns.
China
That's
something.
it. With the game theme, because I always thought like level up was like basically my theme before was like life is a game and like personal development is part of the growth in the journey. So why don't you level up? And so I use it as like that game analogy initially. And then the next question is, which day of the week do episodes get released normally, if I'm being good?
Is it Friday?
Yeah, I'm going with Friday as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. Friday.
Are you sure?
100%.
And the answer is Friday. Well done, guys. Even though some days I release Saturday, but we're not going to watch that. It's okay.
We move.
We move. Thank you. We move. Okay. So this is taking it back. Back to when, I wouldn't say when, but I'll just ask the question. So initially, Level Up with Lu was on a streaming platform that is currently not on. Which platform was this?
Was it SoundCloud?
Is that your final answer?
Actually, no.
Yeah, I don't go with SoundCloud. Yeah, I can't think of any.
Because I know you're still on the others, so I'll stick with SoundCloud.
Yes, Anthony.
I'm gonna say Anchor. I'll just throw that one in there. I'm not too sure. I don't think I ever listened to you on SoundCloud, so I won't go with that. It's only ever been Spotify and Apple, so I'll just throw Anchor in there.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
And the answer is SoundCloud. So initially I was on SoundCloud. I do post here and there, but I'm not really posting on SoundCloud anymore. I don't know if you ever posted on SoundCloud, because Anthony has a podcast as well. Did you ever post on SoundCloud?
I literally put out one episode, and in the description I told everybody either go to Spotify or Apple.
I was gonna say, do people really use SoundCloud anymore?
No, not in the same way. I don't think.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
It's not. I remember because I've been this podcast for time. I remember like years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago, SoundCloud was actually the place to listen to podcasts, and now it's like ghost
That was the
town.
place. Yeah,
Like
all the big podcasts what I was listening to when I first entered the game, just as a listener, most of them were on Spotify. I mean, SoundCloud. Sorry.
Yeah.
But when podcasts from Spotify podcasts, Apple Podcasts became a thing, people just slowly moved across.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, after which episode did the artwork change? I know it's a hard one, but you guys can try and guess. Try and guess. And I'm not wanting a direct answer, but the person who's the closest to it. The person who's the closest.
I'm going to go for like episode 40.
Okay. Yes, Anthony?
I'm going to go for 35.
Yeah, I was going to say around 35, around there, I think.
Is that your final answer, Angel?
35 as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can I change my answer?
Okay. What's everyone's final answer, since you all want to be changing answers?
35.
I'll go for like 32.
Hey, this girl.
Hey,
I realised like 40 wasn't that long ago.
yeah, it's quite
So
recent.
yeah, I'll go for like 32. Yeah, that's quite recent if we're filming 15.
Okay. So you're going for 32, Mo, and Anthony and Angel are going with 35.
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer is 29. So the point goes to Morenike.
Oh.
Changed
Wow.
her answer last minute. I should have asked you,
Hey.
is that your final answer? But we move. We move. Morenike.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Can I ask a question? Why did you change?
The artwork.
Why did you change the artwork?
Because I felt like the podcast had grown, and I felt like the current artwork didn't really represent the kind of journey I wanted it to go on, basically. Like I wanted to show and display more that personal development and personal growth was a journey. And I just had a picture of Nicki Minaj pixelated. Like, how does that equate to, even though, like I said, the idea behind the pixelated and the game theme was because to me, it was a game and everything. And wait, what's
What
happening?
made you go for her as your artwork?
Oh,
Yeah, let's break that down a little bit.
so in the first artwork, when I was telling the person that made it, I just said I wanted like I basically showed him a picture of like Nicki Minaj. I can't remember. I think it was from Chun Li. That music video. I showed him that. I said I wanted that kind of vibe, but like a video game kind of vibe. And I wanted it to look cool, really. So that's how that image actually came about. And initially, the image was actually more clear than it was. And then I thought, wait a minute, I don't want people to know that it's Nicki Minaj, but I want them to still kind of know it is. And so when we ended up pixelating it, I thought it looked cool the way it did. So that's how it ended up being Nicki Minaj. And now it's a car, but we move because it's a car. We're moving. You
Yeah,
get the
but it
joke.
makes sense. That one makes more sense because it's a car on a road on a journey to personal growth.
Yeah,
But
it's like when I
explains
think now, I think of the road on the cover art.
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
makes more sense. Yeah.
exactly. So the next question, talking about cover art and artwork, what color is the car?
Is it like is it red?
Is that your final answer?
I'm gonna go red, yeah.
How about you, Anthony?
I'm gonna go for pink.
Okay. Final answer?
Pink asterisk purple.
I'll go for peach.
That's a whole nother colour.
Pink and purple. Pick one. Pick a side. How about you, Angel?
I'll go for peach.
Pink.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You say
I'll be that
peach or
person.
pink?
Peach.
Peach. Okay.
Yeah.
Final answer?
Peach.
Okay. And the answer is teal. So teal blue. Not pink.
I never would have guessed too.
It is. Go have a look. Not pink, not peach.
Check this out.
I've
Let me go have a
my
look.
memory is really tapped. Oh wow, it is.
Oh,
I think in my
wow.
mind I just think of the red background.
Yeah, the red really changed my. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. That's funny. I love it.
Wow.
Alrighty. So there's a podcast episode that has the most streams to date, more than any of the other episodes. I'll give you guys a clue. It's in my first top 10, the first 10 episodes. So it's not a recent episode. It's one of the first 10 episodes I released. Which episode, or what is the name of the episode?
Can we have a look?
You can have a look because you don't have to remember the exact one. So you can have a look and see. This one I'll let you guys have a look for.
Is it the thank you next one?
Is that your final answer?
Did you say it's in your in the first 10 you
Yeah,
recorded?
it's in the first 10.
Okay. I'll go with thank you next.
Yeah.
Who was next? 'Cause I didn't get to
Relationship.
see.
It's crazy.
Angel.
I'm going to say carbs are not by force. The one I was on. I don't know.
Okay. How about you, Anthony?
Well, for me, I was initially gonna go for curves are not by force, but I just clocked that thank you next. That came out on around Valentine's Day, or just before, and people love relationship stuff around that period. I think it's like the peak of what people say cuffing season is. So people's ears, they really want to be hearing that relationship talk. So I think, yeah, and based on what my stats say for that time of the year, I would say for thank you next.
Final answer?
Yeah, number 4.
And the answer is thank you. Next. Thank you. I don't know why people love that. I don't know. I don't know if people love that episode so much.
People love
But it's
that.
literally
It's
like the biggest,
cuffing season.
you know?
It's the biggest day on the calendar.
A damn mess. Can you imagine?
Valentine's.
Yeah, Valentine, the cuff.
Every Valentine's I look for that song because this is the hit. Honestly.
That's your boyfriend.
You are sitting at home, lonely.
Lonely.
Alrighty. So I've got 2 more questions, guys. So the next question is, which top 3 countries are the most listeners in currently? So this changes based on my stats. But currently, which countries would you say?
So this is like a complete guess, but I would say that maybe the UK, US, and then Nigeria.
Final answer?
I'm not sure about the third one, but maybe like France.
I don't know who was next.
I'll give UK, US, France.
Yeah? UK, US, France. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who was
Yeah.
next between Angel and Anthony because I think you guys were close. Who was it first?
Angel, you can go first. It's calm.
So you can do your small tricks.
You can go first. You have been caught. You know? I don't know if you guys have been noticing. Anthony tailoring his answers to everyone else's. I might said, let me be the gentleman here.
Okay, cool.
She calling you out, shit.
I can go. It's fine.
No, it's cool. Again, I'm just thinking of mine since we kind of have similar kind of podcasts. UK, US, because that's where most people kind of listen, and they're both English speaking countries. And then I'll have to just say somewhere in Europe. So I may just say like Ireland. Because it's close to the UK as well. So yeah. That's my final answer.
Awesome.
Sticking to it.
Good. Angel.
I think I'll go for UK, US, and I'm going to throw in Canada.
Okay, sis.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer is UK, USA, and Canada.
Oh, wow.
So currently,
Spot on, Angel.
yeah. So before it was the Philippines, so no one would have guessed that. But now Canada has just edged slightly.
And that's purely from your latest episode. I think you said you had quite a few listeners from Canada and you've collaborated with quite a few podcasters from Canada. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And the final question is, which guest has featured the most on Level Up with Lu? So this is a bonus. So if you get this right, I'm going to give you 3 points.
I want to say Patrick.
Final answer?
Actually, I'm gonna have more time to think.
Angel?
I'm going to say Anthony because this is his third one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Throw a spanner in the works there, Angel. Oh yeah, I forgot about me.
Yeah.
Are you
How many
sure?
times have I been up?
Wait.
Anthony?
I don't think I don't think it's me. I think more people have been on more than me. I'm not too sure. I hope I'm not confusing it with another podcast. But do you have a friend that's like from America?
I have a few friends from America. Which friend
Oh,
is
I
it?
feel. Oh gosh. I don't think I'll be able to say it off head, but
Is it
I
a
think it's one
friend?
of them.
So, are you going with an American voice?
Yeah, American voice.
Okay. Morenike, what's your final answer?
Oh, I'm so confused. Is this episode included?
No, I just want to know who has been on the podcast the most.
I don't think it's me. I haven't been on here that much. Because if I did, then I probably
I
would
feel like the
choose
maximum
myself.
time.
Because I
Okay,
think
should I give you a
someone's
clue?
definitely been on your podcast more. Yeah, give
They've
us a
been on
clue.
four. They've been on 4 times.
Yeah.
4
So
times.
it's
Okay.
definitely not me. Or actually, it could be me. Haha. Yeah, I'm just gonna go say an American voice because that's what I can remember.
Can we just clarify? If Anthony's saying an American voice, does that count as an answer? Just so that.
Yes, it does. It does.
I think you need to name some names.
That answer is covered by the blood of Jesus.
That's such a cop out.
That answer is covered by the blood of Jesus. That's fine.
Guys, I'm gonna have to get your final answers, everyone. So Anthony said an American voice. Morenike, what's your final answer, please?
I think I'll go with your sister. So, yeah.
Okay. Angel, what's your final answer?
Yeah, I'll stick with Anthony.
You're what? Stick with Anthony. Okay.
Yeah.
And the answer is my sister, Wumi.
Hang on, you didn't give a name. She said sister. You have 2 sisters, as far as I remember. And both of them have been on.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, if American voice counts, I think your sister should count.
Yeah.
Go with American voice then. No, but guys, I've actually really enjoyed this.
It's been good.
It's honestly been so fun. But before we round up this episode, what I always like to end the episodes on is just some encouragement and some inspiration or thoughts. So I want you guys to just share a few words of inspiration or encouragement or anything that's really motivated you recently. Does anyone want to go first?
I think for me, I'd say is just try not to compare yourself to other people. Like if someone says, "Oh, throughout lockdown or throughout the pandemic, I learned how to cope." Don't compare yourself and say, "I've achieved nothing." Like it's a hard time that we've been going through. Even just the small achievement of being alive, that's an achievement. You woke up, that's an achievement. You're still alive throughout a pandemic. So I think, just don't compare yourself to others and celebrate the little things as well. Even if it's just, I managed to go for a walk, or I don't know, I cleaned the house today, I tidied my room. Just celebrate the little achievements and don't compare yourself to other people. Just walk in your lane and stay in your lane.
I love it. Thank you.
Something I would like to say is definitely count your blessings. Quite similar to what Angel said, but yeah, count your blessings because for me, I think it's been so easy to forget how how God has acted in my life, and I can easily forget that I've prayed to be at this stage of my life that I'm in now, a year ago or a few years ago. It's so easy to lose sight of that. But if each day you can find some time to actually say, okay, look, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. It can put your mind into a totally different state of thinking. So yeah, that's what I would say. Learn to count your blessings, and you can kind of take joy from that.
Thank you, Anthony. What about you, man?
I think mine would be to stay away from destination happiness. So the idea of okay, I'll have enjoyment once I've done X, Y, Z, and along the journey, reward yourself along the way and learn to find joy in small things, even if that's calling up a friend or going out for coffee, just doing things. Because I think coronavirus has showed us things aren't promised. So if you're there suffering in order to maybe go on a holiday in a few years, find things along the way to cheer yourself up rather than just slaving away until the end.
I love that. Thank you so much.
That's a big one.
Yeah, no, it really is. I think for me, I would say, I guess even with the journey of this podcast, is that whatever you're doing, even though it seems small, is to think about the person, even if it's that one person, that person that you're impacting, and think about how much difference you're making. Because I feel like sometimes we can see people influencing on a grand scale and think that we can never be that or ever make any difference to anyone. And I feel like when you really think about just that one person that you can impact or even change their lives, whether it be that old person that you open the door for, or sending your friend a message when they're feeling really low, that one person, if we can all impact one person, think about how much we can all do as a whole. So people to just keep helping other people, keep doing what you love, keep trying to make an impact whilst staying grounded, staying focused, and as Angel said, slaying in your lane, loving yourself, and staying true to yourself. Because one thing I always love to say is that no one can be you better than you can be you. So we all have our individual attributes and things that are strengths. So if we work at being the best version of ourselves, we can really make a difference in this world and do things that we love. So thank you everyone so much for coming on this episode. I really enjoyed it. I've had such a great time with you guys. Before we go, does anyone want to plug any Instagram handles or anything they're working on?
Nah, I don't even post on my Instagram that much, so it's not worth flagging. But yeah, if you guys want to go ahead.
I don't have anything either.
I got a podcast, the One with Tea podcast. If you haven't listened to it, it's pretty cool. I get on different guests. Lou's been on there before, and I kind of have casual conversations with people based on relationships, sometimes kind of financial wellness, sometimes faith, and yeah, all in kind of view of just kind of moving forward as a young person, understanding what it is to, grow and adult. Yeah, so that's Adult with Tea podcast on Instagram. And yeah, the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So check it out.
Awesome. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Level Up with Lu. Let me know your thoughts. You can email me at levelupwithlu@gmail.com. Also, send me a DM. Say hi. I'm on Instagram at levelupwithlu. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will catch you guys on the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.